Hi, I'm Dennis Gage, and welcome to My Classic Car. Well, this week we're in Lewisville, Texas to check out a few of Jake Sposato's cars. Now, on this show you see an awful lot of clean, shiny cars. But sometimes for a car to be correct, it's got to be dirty. Jake's also a big movie buff, and a few of his favorite flicks include the Blues Brothers and the Mad Max Road Warrior series. And if you've seen those flicks, you know that those cars were rode hard and they showed it. So to be correct, to be true to them, these babies got to reflect that. So I say, get some popcorn, kick back, because we're going to the movies. We're on a mission from God.
Hit it. You can run, but you can't hide.
Hey Jake, how you doing, man?
All right, how's it going, Dennis?
It's great, man. You know, you have one of the weirder collections that I know of. You're a car guy.
I am a car guy.
But you're a serious movie guy.
Love movies.
So, movie cars.
Gotta have movie cars. That's my passion.
Yeah, well, you've got a couple of them here, several of them actually, but two really great flicks. I mean, the Blues Brothers, this is the Bluesmobile, and then a whole bunch of Mad Max Road Warrior motorcycles, cars.
My favorite movie of all time. And my dream car. So.
well, we'll get to that, but let's start over here. Let's start over here with this cherry, well, not really so cherry, 74 Dodge Monaco. So you did a lot of work. Now, you didn't buy this Bluesmobile. You bought a Dodge Monaco.
I did.
And created a Bluesmobile.
I did, yeah. I bought the top of the line 1974 Dodge Monaco because finding the sedan, the down market one, is virtually impossible.
I mean, they were just trash. And it wasn't black and white.
Oh, no, it was a brilliant 1974 metallic green that only Chrysler could do.
So, I mean, how about all the decals and stuff? Did you have to, I mean, you created all those from the movie, though?
From the movie, yeah. There are different sections of paint. This phrase, the door star, the P1 and the phone number. What I did is I went through the film and picked the shot that best showed that portion. I copied it, and I tried to copy every little mark that was torn away and duplicate it in a stencil, go back and paint it, and then weather it some more to make sure it looks nice and old.
It definitely looks that. But I like the star, you know?
Yeah. In replicating it, since I'm building just the one car, I got a copy of the real door emblem used on the 1974 Mount Prospect police cars.
Mount Prospect, Illinois.
Yes, sir. It's where I was born.
No kidding.
Yeah. So it kind of fit.
It was meant to be.
Meant to be.
Okay, so she's dirty too, but this is not just dirt. This is special dirt.
This is special dirt. Yeah.
Not just your regular dirt.
No. That wouldn't do. The problem is if I used regular dirt, then every time it rained, the car would gradually become cleaner.
Right.
I can't have that.
No.
Not for the Bluesmobile. So I found some stuff called Fuller's Earth.
Yes.
It's a dust made of very, very teeny tiny particles that you put it on, and it's really evident here along this side. Here are some of the darker spots. That will stay there no matter what kind of rain ever hits it.
So how do you get, this kind of rusted, weathered look on your P1? I mean,
Well, to get that, I used a stencil, and then I used spray paint. Several layers of spray paint to get the really authentic look. You spray it in a box, throw some dirt into it, mix it up, and smash it on through there. Then you gotta go back with sandpaper and take away from what is there and chip off the edges to get a good authentic look.
But it's the interior that you really went nuts on, if you ask me. I mean, now, all the stuff on the dash, which was all in the movie, and sliding around like crazy, isn't this difficult to drive?
It was terribly difficult to drive when I initially did it. I found all the parts, and some of it was really tough to find, like the vintage beer can, the pop top.
That's a real pop top can?
Real pop. I bought a guy's entire collection off of eBay.
For that can?
For that can. Emptied it out, pulled the top off, emptied it out, and put it up there. So now every little bit up there is glued down into place. Every little cigarette butt, every Frito.
Seriously?
Seriously.
And even is the wrapper glued in? The McDonald's wrapper?
The wrapper is glued in.
And the soft drink top, soft drink lid?
Glued down.
Oh my goodness. Now it's got a green interior. Did the movie car have a green interior?
No, the movie car had the gray utilitarian beige interior.
So is the long-term plan to beige this up?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the vinyl dye and make it all that lovely institutional beige that you find in a cop car of the era.
Well, I mean, you've really done it all up. It looks right. It's like right out of the movie, and it actually runs.
Oh, it runs like a dream, which you're going to find out. Dennis, it's 106 miles to Chicago. I got a full tank of gas.
Looks like half-pack cigarettes.
Hit it.
So how did you get into the whole movie car thing? I mean, it's kind of an odd obsession, especially the kind of movie cars you're into.
I've just always, I'm a big movie fan.
Yeah.
And for me, the star of a lot of the movies is the car itself. The car becomes the hero. In the Blues Brothers, how big a movie would that have been if you didn't have the Bluesmobile doing the impossible things it did, the backflip off, the bridge jump.
That was great. I loved it.
Yeah. This was the top of the line Monaco.
It's actually a pretty cushy car.
It really is.
Well, it's really not bad.
And that's the cool thing, is that being the top of the line Monaco, it has the cushiest suspension, the best power steering and air conditioning. On the outside, it may look, like a pile, but on the inside, it's pretty comfortable.
You really put a lot of work into making it look this crappy.
Oh,
I mean, this was not easy.
No,
It did not come by this crappiness naturally.
No, making a car, this crappy takes a lot of effort. And I had to cut off so much chrome. I had the turn signal repeaters up at the front on the fenders. Cut those off. It had long chrome spears down the side. Those had to come off. And all of their mounting points had to come off and be smoothed over. And then I took it to a $99 body shop to do the overall black and white paint.
Because it kind of has that $99 look to it.
It does.
It does
exactly,
have that
which is appropriate.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's perfectly appropriate. Well, this is all really cool, and I'm a Blues Brothers fan too.
Sure.
But let's go check out that Interceptor. That's a more raucous ride from a much more raucous movie.
From the one film I'm a bigger fan of than the Blues Brothers.
Well, that was a lot of fun. The only thing that was missing was Sam and Dave playing on the 8-track.
Oh, too smooth.
But you talk about an iconic car, the Interceptor.
Yeah.
From Mad Max, Road Warrior. This is it.
This is.
And actually, you have it sitting right behind another Mad Max movie car. This is the...
I do. This is the Knight Rider car from the first movie. Mad Max opens with this car being chased.
By?
Being chased by the Main Force Patrol, for whom
MFP.
Max works. And that's the Main Force Patrol. So it's a police car that gets stolen by the bad guy.
And this car started life as an Australian Falcon, right?
It did. A 1974 Ford Falcon XB.
Well, there's so many interesting lines in this car. I mean, that's almost a late model of the big Mustang hood.
Right, the big Mach 1
Mach
hood.
1 70
It's similar.
123.
Yep.
And then the side is a little bit like Shrunken Torino, a little bit like AMX or Javelin, really.
A little bit.
It's got some interesting lines. These are all movie prop-like, but
Sure.
this would have been the fuel tanks.
These would have been the fuel tanks, each one about 40 gallons.
And you got an axe handle there.
Got to have the axe handle.
Bomb.
And, what's a car without a bomb? I do have the bomb. However, I don't keep it mounted in the car.
Yeah. Some law enforcement officers could be sensitive about that. But
they could be sensitive,
yeah.
if they weren't familiar with the movie. And
but
they
in the
pulled
movie,
me
this
over.
thing was there to blow the car up in case of,
If anybody touches it, as Max so eloquently puts it.
Yeah. So spark plug, voltage regulator,
and a
coil, and a switch.
Leads to a fuse that takes out 80 gallons of
see.
fuel in a gigantic explosion.
Well, the other thing that's great. The zoomies right in front of the back wheel. That is a look that you just, that's just fantastic.
It's classic.
And then you've got a ton of, and I say this was the greatest respect. Oh, a bunch of crap in here. But it's all relevant crap, right?
It is all entirely relevant crap. You betcha.
All right, what all we got here?
Well, in the back, I put back there memorabilia that I think Max would have at the time of the film. And for a little after the film. On the left is the mask that the humongous wears. The big guy who rules the wasteland. I have his mask there. I have a
Dinky Dye?
Dinky Dye dog food. In the second movie, you know, it's after the war, things are bad, you eat what you can. So in the second movie, he eats Dinky Dye brand dog food.
Lovely. Now, how about the horn button?
Hard to see, but that's a cool special effects switch. This car, since it was used for promotions, exhibitions, and documentary Back to the Max, it had to be able to do all the things you see it do in the film. So you press the button with the switch in the forward position, and the red light on the steering column flashes, just as it does at the beginning of Road Warrior, telling you running low on fuel. But for the second part of the exhibition, the big Burnout, flip the switch to the back. When you press that button, it pumps bleach through hidden tubing onto the rear tires.
And you get a smoky burnout.
Big smoky burnout, much cheaper than, you know, really burning up a set of those tires.
And the photograph?
That's a photograph of Max's wife and child from the first movie. When he loses those guys, that's what makes him go mad.
Mad indeed. I mean, it's a real cream puff, but it's an accurate cream puff, right?
Accurate cream puff, you bet.
So this is the special nose you're talking about?
Right. This is what they call the Concorde Front End. The front normally tilts backwards to some degree, and they found this car with the front end and said, "Yep, that looks futuristic."
I love the scoop. That is such a cool. That is such a cool design.
That is a Scott fuel injection hat, is what's referred to. It's built for drag racing, and the way it's plumbed here, with this open port here and this going to here and all that, entirely inaccurate as far as if you were really going to use it. However, for the film, that's the way they made it. So
that's the way it is.
That's how it is here, exactly.
Wow. Well, open it up. I want to see what it looks like under this thing. So that's basically, that's just a 351 Cleveland.
And that is a 351 Cleveland.
And then what a bracket setup you got here too. That's
indeed, yep. So everything stays together, and the blower moves with the motor as you're going down the road when you're accelerating hard. Yeah, you get it torquing over hard every time you shift, and you see the engine go one side and crank over the other.
It's, you know, I mean, it's unbelievable. And you got it from Australia. You got it over here, and you drive it. And you're saying you drive this thing, you know, somewhat routinely, or
every
once a week or
Saturday. Yeah, wow. If the weather is clear, because there's no rear window. If the weather is clear, I'm out for a drive.
Can I drive this one too?
I've never let anybody else drive this car in America.
On a special occasion.
All right.
Yowza.
Just once. You can be the road warrior.
Well, I've always wanted to be. That's much more of a beast, isn't it?
This one really is. A very different experience from the 1974 Dodge Monaco.
I love the sound.
Oh, yeah. Those 8 side pipes, those are all live. And as you probably noticed, they are 1.5 feet from your right ear.
Beats you up a little bit.
This car is angry. It wants to hurt you.
I bet you can really light them up with this too. I mean,
yes, sir, you can.
It's really quite strong. Well, and the 351 Cleveland is just, it's a great engine.
It's a stout motor.
So you really went all out on the authenticity of this baby.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you got stuff in here that, you know, only the most obsessive Mad Max fan would be aware of.
People always ask me, why is there a coil on the dash?
Yes, why is there a coil on the dash?
Well, I'll tell you, Dennis. There's a coil on the dash because in the movie, there's a coil on the dash.
So I guess that's reason enough. So how much of this came with the car when you got it? How much of it you added as you've gone along?
When I got the car, it was just the car. None of the accessories, none of the add-ons, not even the spare tire sticking out the rear window wasn't there. It was a complete addition of the car. It just didn't have all the little extras, the add-ons.
must freak out when they see this thing coming.
Oh, they do. I get a very positive reaction from people who like cars, but then people who are familiar with the movies. Those
Really
guys,
dig
you
it.
can
They
tell.
really dig it. I gotta tell you, I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, sometimes it takes me a while to decide, yeah, I'm through for the day. I should go home.
So until our next meeting, remember, honor the timeless classics. I'm Dennis Gage. Happy motoring.